underneath all this normal is a secret that is so dangerous.
What do you think of our little town? It's charming.
Oh, shit.
First of all, congratulations on this film. What I really like about Normal is that it's not coming at you as a straight up action movie. It's got all that energy, but there's also this small town mystery with this Western edge underneath it. It makes it stand out, and it's so much fun. But Jess, what really grabbed me about your character is that when we properly meet Alex on the side of the road, they're in such a raw place. And Ulysses doesn't come at them like a cop. He just sits with them and shares a drink and gives Alex a place where nobody's going to bother them. Why is that moment so important to understanding Alex and Ulysses?
I think that they both feel like outsiders, and I think that he sees in them a sense of displacement. And I feel like the ability for both of them to sit as two outsiders together, I think, is really what bonds them. And they both find in each other the exact thing that they need to carry out the rest of the movie. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Henry, you are a legend, sir. I've met you at a convention, and you are one of the nicest people I have ever met in my life. And look, the mayor, he feels like this human face of everything in this town that the town wants to believe in. He's warm, familiar, stable, small town, nice. What makes underneath that so much creepier, and why do you think that softer face of control is what works so well here?
You know, I will say that I was really lucky. Part of my job is I go around and I publicly speak, and I actually spoke in Normal. And what I find is not just Normal anywhere. You go up to any front door, you scratch the paint, and behind that door is pure chaos.
Sure.
Everybody thinks they've got it together. Oh, look at the Smiths. I wish I could be like them. And then you go into their house and you think, oh my God, where's the exit? You know, and it is so much fun to play one and then the other.
Yeah.
And not see it coming.
I love that. I love that. Jess, Alex winds up mattering so much because they're not just another person in this town. They're carrying grief. They're carrying the sheriff's legacy, and they're building this really meaningful bond with Ulysses that pays off later. What does Alex reveal about the emotional damage sitting underneath this town?
I think that the effects of the town being so focused on the surface, and like Henry's saying, so focused on the way they present, how nice their front door is, I think has directly affected this person's ability to exist there because they're so obviously not normal, you know?
Sure.
And so I think that there's like a beautiful acceptance that the movie gives to them that I think really allows the last act to just go crazy because we're like, well, you know, all of these weirdos banding together, being like using what they have available to them and doing action in really creative ways, very
Yes.
Final Destination-esque almost. And I think that's really fun. Yeah, did I answer the question? I hope
Absolutely.
I did.
And that scene that you're referencing was incredible. Like,
I mean,
it was
crazy.
so amazing.
Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, Henry, for you, the mayor, I love the way that you play the mayor, by the way, because he never feels like this mustache twirling villain. Feels like somebody who probably convinced himself that every compromise he's made was for the good of the town. Is that what makes him so dangerous in your eyes, that he can justify all of it?
Do you know what? What is dangerous is that just what you said. You answered the question for me. He believes he is doing everything for the best of the town because underneath all this normal is a secret that is so dangerous, so appalling, that when it starts to rear its ugly head, the chaos is amazing.
Sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, look, I think this movie is perfect for to watch this in a theater with other audience members because it's that movie that really plays with the crowd. It's got mystery, tension, laughs, violence, and sometimes all in the same scene. Do you think that communal ride is a part of why this one really works on the big screen? And that's for either one of you.
Yes, I think we agree on this. I think it must be seen in the theater. I don't know
Yes.
that I've ever been in a movie that needs to be in the theater more.
Yes.
I had a really great time watching it at TIFF with the audience. I feel like that experience was so cathartic. Everybody was really enjoying it. And yeah, Henry, I think you're agreeing, no?
Yes, I totally agree. And I think that you've got to have a tub of popcorn in your hand. This
Yes.
is a Saturday popcorn shoot 'em up
Yep.
with just wonderful texture.
Yes.
And the popcorn must fly out of your hand.
Yes.
Things happen. There must be popcorn everywhere. The ushers
have
are
to get
working
everywhere.
hard after the screening. They are sweeping.
Yeah,
Yes.
honestly, I actually feel like this is one of those movies that I would have just seen, and then I would instantly say, "Oh, I want to go. I'm going to buy more tickets so I can bring my friends back because they have to experience this."
Yeah.
It is absolutely so much fun.
Thank you.
It's
Totally.
great. Henry, for you, I have a question for you because there's this really clever layer to your casting in this movie because they're playing with nostalgia, Americana, and a town that's trying to hold on to this older version of itself. Did you immediately see that extra layer when you read the script?
Do you know what? Until you mentioned it, I must say I was completely not aware of that. And I think now that you've said it, all of the pieces fall into place.
Absolutely. Now, look, Bob is incredible in this film, but he's not just starring in this movie. He's producing it. The story is by him. His voice is clearly all over the DNA of this movie. What did both of you kind of pick up with him as a collaborator while making this film?
Okay, I will start.
Yes, please.
I will tell you, he is so generous of spirit, of warmth, of creativity. So many times Jess has used the word agency this morning. That he and Ben, everybody gave us the space to be our most creative self.
I love that. I actually wanted to follow up and ask about Ben Wheatley because I think his directing in this film is absolutely incredible because this movie is a really tricky balance to pull off because it can be funny, unsettling, and explosive all at the same time. What did Ben do as a director to help you both stay locked into the tone of the film?
I feel like the team really brought on the right people. I feel like more than anything, like the casting of this was so specific and so wonderful. And then he kind of just gave us space to try stuff and to fail. I feel like I failed a lot. There's lots of stuff that's on the cutting room floor that's bad. But it's like in doing all the things that were kind of mistakes or too big or too small, it's like he kind of found this beautiful equilibrium with everybody in the edit.
But Jess, tell the story of what you witnessed of him going from one monitor to the next.
Yeah. I mean, in the final sequence where Bob's in the kitchen, we're in the restaurant. We're shooting 2 units at once in the same location, one wall separating them, if you can believe. I know. So, Ben is at the monitors in another room and there's 2 monitors set up. One is going, they're setting up the other one. That one cuts. He goes over to the other monitor. He's watching that one. That one cuts. He looks at the editor who's editing live on set. He's seeing the scene come together and he goes, "Oh, we need this piece with this camera." And it's like his mind is everywhere in this movie at once. And it was so impressive to watch. And I do think he's the only person on earth who could have directed this. Like he's so beautifully British dry humor, which is very much a part of this movie. And then also so passionate about like making action cinematic. And
Right.
he really did that. He really did that in such a
That's
beautiful.
wild. Seeing the edit in his head as he's shooting is wild.
He's incredible.
Look, Jess, Henry, you guys are incredible. Thank you for being generous with your time. I love this movie. Absolutely loved it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.